budget challenges, economic development wins and losses, or should I say opportunities. But through it all, we have stayed grounded in purpose, united by a vision to see this county thrive and this county succeed for all who call Prince George's home. And so now I'm honored to finish this role as county executive, acting county executive tomorrow, and to return to my roots in the state's attorney's office. I began my legal career as an assistant state's attorney, prosecuting all sorts of crimes from guns to child abuse to murder. And then after spending time in private practice, the private practice of law, I returned to the state's attorney's office as principal deputy state's attorney to manage the office for the then state's attorney, Ulcer Brooks. As you know, the special election for a county executive created a vacancy in the role of state's attorney, and according to the law, the circuit court selects the person to fill the role until the next election, which will be in November 26th. And thankfully, I was selected to fill that role and will be your state's attorney. As for specifics, give me a minute. I am trying to finish up the role of acting county executive and to transition this government smoothly. But what I can tell you is I understand the job of state's attorney and the importance of the office, to individuals in our community who are victimized by crime, the importance of the office to the accused in our community, and the importance of the office to our community as a whole. Our residents want to be safe, and I want them to be safe. My philosophy is simple. I will always try to do the right thing, to seek truth, to uphold the law, and to pursue justice. I will advocate for those who are victimized and be fair to those who are accused. I'm so excited to be serving as the next state's attorney, interim state's attorney for this county. Excited to continue to work with our top-notch police department, and I look forward to bringing the same level of integrity, energy, and commitment to that office as I brought to county government. And I'll take any questions that you may have.
No, sir. You got it, Bob.
Well, I think you just characterized your philosophy a little bit. But you know, during the last number of years, there have been complaints from parts of the law enforcement community about, you know, being soft on crime, not prosecuting property crime. The number of null process in this county over the last X number of years, according to the Maryland Judiciary Abstract, is about the highest in the state by percentage. Can you describe your philosophy with regard to prosecuting crimes? You know, I guess I'm asking you to gauge yourself on the tough and soft scale. Tough and soft scale.
Well, again, what I will say is this community and the people in this community deserve to feel safe in their homes and with their property. And I believe that persons should be held accountable for the crimes that they commit. Now, accountability takes all shapes, forms, and sizes, and that's why it's important to have a person in the state's attorney's office that uses good discretion and discernment and in terms of severity of the punishment. But I absolutely believe that people should be held accountable. And in the first 30 to 60 days of coming into the state's attorney's office, I'll assess the statistics. I'll take a look at the null process and how our office is doing as it relates to specific crimes.
Thank you. Two quick questions, and thank you very much. When the position is over, are you going to seek to stay in as permanent state's attorney?
Well, let me say this. Let me get into the job first. But you know, I won't rule it out.
And just a quick follow-up, ma'am. Is there any advice you have for some of the elected officials here in the county with the unfortunate situation that's happened in Minnesota and violence that some elected officials have been receiving?
I don't know that I have any specific advice, but it's important for us all to be vigilant. I know that the county executive-elect is concerned, of course, about the safety of our residents, as am I, and the safety of those who choose to be in leadership in this county. So we'll be taking a look at really any measures that we can put in place to make sure, as best as we can, that persons who serve the community feel safe. You can't guard against everything that might happen, unfortunately, and the circumstances in Minnesota were horrific. But we are going to take a look at the safety of all that serve our citizens.
John?
What made you want to apply for this job and take it? You were in the office for a while, obviously, but you've been doing other stuff since then. Why go back?
Because I believe in the state's attorney's office. I believe in the work that the state's attorney's office does. I believe that it's important to this community, that it's critical for the success of our community, and I know that I can lead that office and lead it well.
Yeah, that's to piggyback off of that. I'm curious to know if you had any hesitation of taking another interim role after, completing such a major run, and two, what roles or skills do you think you'll apply from being interim county executive to being interim state's attorney?
No hesitation as it relates to this interim role. I have very familiar with the office of the state's attorney, and not only did I have 2 stints in the office of the state's attorney, but I have continued to work with that office and public safety as a whole over the last 6 years that I've been on the county side and served as chief administrative officer and acting county executive. I think in terms of the skill set that I bring to the office, I can try a case. I am an administrator. I believe that I am I have shown that I can lead people towards a goal, and I am motivated to continue to do good work for the residents of this county.
I have 2 questions. One, as you may be familiar, there's a proposal going before the council right now called Zoe's Law about potentially restricting police officers' ability to pursue suspects in certain circumstances and limiting their ability to do so. Are you supportive of that general kind of law, or Zoe's Law in particular?
I'm actually not familiar with what's going before council right now. Again, trying to wrap up this job as acting county executive, so I'm not sure about the details. I've heard about it generally, so I would be hesitant to comment on whether I'm supportive of that particular law. What I can say is it's important for our police officers, obviously, to make sure that when they're pursuing suspects, that they're doing so in a safe manner. But beyond that, I can't speak to the specifics of that law or the proposal.
Closely with the chief of police.
I have.
In your role, and we know the chief is a finalist for the position in Phoenix. So if the chief were to take that position or get that position, what would you like to see in an incoming chief?
Well, leadership, it's important. And let me back up and say I do wish the chief well. I have worked with him over the last, since 2021 when he came into the role. So in whatever he chooses to pursue, I wish him well. But I think someone that has the same philosophy that I do, which is that we want to pursue justice, right? We just don't want to lock up folks. We're not just trying to put people in jail, but we want to do the right thing. We want it to be done in a fair manner, and we want due process to be the rule of the day.
Brad?
Madam soon-to-be state's attorney, there has been a complaint about juvenile justice in recent years. What's your philosophy with, in particular, detention of juveniles who do crimes? We just had turnover at the state administration because of this issue.
Let me say I look forward to working with the new director or interim director of the Department of Juvenile Services. And there's work that can be done on the state side as well as the county side, collaboration. In terms of my philosophy, first and foremost, we've got to make sure that our residents feel safe. And we have to hold people, young people, accountable for their crimes. Now, what that looks like, again, is determined by the circumstances of the case, determined by the circumstances of that young person. So I can't say just across the board what I think about detention of young people. In some circumstances, it is absolutely warranted to detain a young person so that he or she can be put in timeout for a while, and so that the community feels safe, the neighborhood feels safe. Again, I think you've got to look at each situation, and I'm committed to do that, committed to making sure that the prosecutors that work for me do that and give each circumstance an individualized attention. But safety is foremost, and then, yes, we want to rehabilitate our young people. We want for them to become contributing members of this community. And so if we can do that, if the state's attorney's office can play a role in that, we will.
Anyone else? One, John?
One more, I guess, just to be clear, was there ever one particular moment or one particular observation that sort of made you decide that this was gonna be the next step for you again, that you wanted to go back? Anything that sort of triggered the desire to go back to the courthouse?
No, nothing specific. Again, John, I have loved that office for quite some time. And I believe that, as I said before, they do good work, and I want to help them do the work even better. I think I can do that. And so, no, nothing specific, but I'm excited to go back as the state's attorney.
As a prosecutor who's done this before, like, how much did you miss the job while you were doing other stuff?
Well, I don't know that I had time to miss the job so much. And, I still was tied in. I've been tied into law enforcement over the last 6 years, and always kind of keeping an eye on what's going on in terms of public safety. Because, again, even as in the role of chief administrative officer, in the role of acting county executive, you've got to pay attention to public safety. It's key to the success of this community. But yeah, I miss trying a case every now and then.
Thanks.
Thank you.